Hey everyone, this is a quick overview of my CNC router machine made by myself, designed by myself. It's partially influenced by the CNC router parts kit that they sell, mostly just the extrusion sizes that I ordered from 80/20. They are pretty much the best place to get aluminum extrusion. There are also other manufacturers, but this was the best for me, and there was a local dealer. The cut area of this is 25 by 49 inches, so you can perfectly put on a 2x4 sheet of material and cut the whole profile and anything within it. The Z height is 6 inches from the bottom of the Z assembly to the top of the double spoiler board. That can be increased by around 3 inches by mounting your work project to the actual table the machine is on and not the spoiler board. It has 475-ounce-inch NEMA 23 motors to 2010 ball screws on the Y and a 2510 on the X in the back. The aluminum extrusions are 40/40 for the very bottom to support the spoiler board, 40/120 for the Ys, and 80/160 for the X. I'm using 20mm genuine high wind rails for my X and Y, and I have 12mm genuine high winds on my Z, which has a 1.5 kilowatt air-cooled spindle, a 425-ounce-inch NEMA 23 as well, but a 1204 ball screw. I have an 18x37 drag chain for the X and along the Y in the back for all my cabling. My cabling is 18/4 shielded wire. All the gantry plates are made from 3/4 6061 aluminum, and any accessory plates you see are from 3/8 6061 aluminum. Everything was basically made to a metric standard using M5 and M8 bolts, for M4 where needed for the 12mm rails. Currently, the top speeds are 11 meters per minute on the Y and 8 meters on the X, although I still have a few alignment issues to sort out. The computer is just an old workstation computer I got from a friend for very cheap. It's just an Intel Core 2 Duo and 4 gigs of RAM, and it runs Ultimate G-Code Sender. The table it sits on is 2x2 steel tubing, and you will need about 70 feet of tubing to make a table like mine. I've added a mister onto my Z-axis, as you can see, which I have not yet hooked up, as I still need to buy a compressor, and I have 8mm air hose in the mail. I will probably not be using oil to truly mist with, and instead just use it as an air blast for when I mill aluminum. So far, the maximum for this machine has been 5/8 depth of cut with a 1/4 inch end mill in MDF at 200 inches per minute. That is 15mm. And in aluminum, the most I've done is either 6mm adaptive at 20% step over at around 100 inches per minute, or 1mm or 40 thou at full width at about 70 inches per minute. I still have to find what the true max is, but I've successfully run at those speeds without issue. People have been asking me for plans of this, and I have been selling my plans to a few people. In the plans, there is a bill of materials with a price list of what I paid for everything, where the total is around 4,000 Canadian or 3,000 US. So it is a large savings from buying this instead from CNC router parts, but you will have to make your own plates, bearing mounts, and everything else you see that is made out of aluminum. You'll also have to order custom ball screws to use the design as is, but I have diagrams and blueprints for those. The machine as it stands is not done, as I do intend to hook up the mister and add a full spoiler board, as this is just the one from my old machine. Here's the inside of my electronics box. This is a NEMA enclosure and the inverter for the 1.5 kilowatt spindle. Inside the control box, there is an Arduino Uno and aviation plugs for any connections you need, as well as a 48 volt, 14 amp power supply. And I have a 2-channel relay there, which is not yet hooked up to anything, but will eventually be hooked up to the shop vac that is dedicated as the dust collector. As you see, there is a 12-position terminal block there, which is pinned out to go to the TB6600 drivers, which are just seen above. I used 1 by 1.5 inch raceway to organize all the cables and to keep it clean, and I have limit switches for only my X and my Y, as I do not see the need for the Z, as I could set per job and does not have to be set from the machine. I have not yet wired the cycle start, the cycle hold, or the e-stop buttons, as you can see by the 3 empty aviation pins, but they will be coming shortly once I find a box to house them in. Thanks for watching my video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you are interested in purchasing the plans for this, feel free to send me a message and we can work out a deal and a price. Thank you very much. Bye.